All right, guys, this one I'm really excited to share with you. This is a VZ SSZ. Z, but we're going to say Z. This one is in very, very good condition, which I'll show you in a second. 133,000 Ks. Very, very cool car. If we quickly have a look around here, we have these iconic stitching in the leather seats. Really, really cool. And we have some floor mats down there. This car is in very good condition. I love these cup holders that fold out from the Saab collaboration back in the day. We got climate control, all of the silver trim that comes with the SS. We got our voltage and our oil pressure, and obviously electric windows. I've just noticed that it has a mobile phone button, which is pretty cool. But another thing that the SSZ has is you can see the red stitching there on the shifter here as well, and on the inside of the steering wheel. Hopefully you can see that. And the other thing that I really like about this is that the entire surround, and the other thing that I like about this is the entire roof lining is all black, and that's exactly how it is meant to be. They all have these big, awesome, comfy seats. It is very nice in here, guys. Honestly, it is fantastic. Sports pedals. We have the metal interior handles and our updated mirrors from the VTVX series. And if we jump outside, black door cards as well, and obviously black leather. And if I jump outside here, you can see, if we close the door, we also have our iconic SSZ door badges. And you know, later on in life, this really became the SSV. So they have different brakes. We have the same wheels as the Monaro, so it doesn't have the standard VZ SS wheels. We have the VZ SSZ on the caliper there, and I love the V8 badges on the door there. Now, it's not exactly clear how many exactly were made. It seems like it was around 930 or so, but it's got a clear car bra as well, in case you're wondering what that is. It's not exactly clear how many were made to the number, but it would be around 1,000, something like that. A lot of these were Crewmans or Utes, so there's not a ton of sedans. I love the VZ SS headlights. They look fantastic, all in black. They're much better than the Bellina ones. The fog lights there as well, electric antenna of course, and just a great looking thing. Our spoiler there, this one is in phenomenal condition, frankly. I've not seen too many like this. You might notice as well, it has a little genuine walk and shore upgrade, which this car has all the receipts for. We got our little reversing sensors, but I'll show you that if we unlock the car here. Yeah, it sounds amazing, but it is not too much either. It's not too loud. It is, yeah, it is just a darling, this thing. So what we're going to do is we'll take it for a drive. Still has its Holden Heyman and Reese tow package as well, which is pretty cool. So we'll just take it for a quick drive, and I'll give you my guys' thoughts about driving one of these things, because they are very, very cool. And you know, I have to be honest, I would love a VZ SS. I really would. I've been lucky enough to drive a handful of them, and you know, obviously I've driven this one for 5 minutes or so. This is by far the best one I've driven. It's not even close. It is tight as a drum. The steering wheel, you know, normally these have a little bit of wear. This one is still smooth and nice. It's just fantastic. It really, really is. This still has the LS1, but it is throttle fly-by-wire rather than cable. So that is one difference, which does mean it's a little bit harder to do an LS swap on the VZ, but this was the very last car that you could get the LS1 in with Holden. In fact, they switched to the VZ, sorry, they switched to the 6 litre about halfway through the run, but anyway. What a cool noise, what a cool thing. The other thing about this particular car is the auto is sharp as a tack. Definitely the best one that I've been in. You know, normally they're a little bit sluggish, but this one is bang on. I don't know what it is about it. We'll chuck our cruise control on there. This one drives fantastic, And sorry if I'm distracted, I'm just making sure I don't hit the massive potholes out here in country Victoria. But yeah, it's obviously you could get this in the 6-speed manual, the T56, or you could get it in the 4L60 4-speed auto, and both are really good, honestly. I mean, obviously the auto is going to be less aggressive than the 6-speed manual, obviously, but this is a nice cruiser for sure. These seats are so good. Honestly, they are so good. They're in such good condition, and it's just it's a real treat to be driving something like this. And it's hard to believe that these are 20 years old. I forgot to show you the engine bay as well, which I'll put at the end of the video, so I apologise for that, but it's hard to believe that these are 20 years old already. Or this one is this year, 2005 VZ SSZ. And look, the differences between this and a normal VZ SS aren't major, but they are enough to warrant, I was a bit worried there, but they are enough to warrant its own video, I think. Especially one in such good nick. 130,000 Ks is bugger all for a car that's 20 years old, and I don't know, I think that this is probably one of the best looking SS's they did. It drives $1 million, and I'm very lucky to be driving one. Look, I have to be honest, out of the pick, if I got to choose a VZ SS, it would probably be a Ute, but I love the front end. It's just a great looking car. It drives $1 million. I love the color coded cluster as well. Obviously this one's black, so they're not going to have a black, but the black and red theme is something that they carried along with the cars for ages. I mean, even in the VE SSVs and the VF SSVs, a lot of them had like red dashes or red stitching and red accents, and it's really cool to be lucky enough to be in one of these in such good nick. I have had a VZ SS actually on the channel. It was a 6-speed one, and don't get me wrong, that car was nice, but it might not be as honest as this one is. That one might have had a bit of a harder life, and there's nothing wrong with it. I accept that these cars have had many different owners, many different things happen to them or whatever, but this one is a very honest car, and the same owner has had it for 15 years, which is cool. So what we're going to do, we're in a 100 zone here, without being an idiot, we'll just give it a good run. And there's 100. Obviously I don't want to do the wrong thing, but it's just a great noise, isn't it? I love it because, if we're sitting at 100 now, I can turn my cruise control on. We're sitting at 100 k's an hour, you wouldn't even know that it's a V8, honestly. Such a cool thing. I love these cars. I love these as well. They're definitely not standard on the SS, on the normal SS, so that's cool. Oh, and I hadn't even pressed my power button there, and we had traction control on. But look, I don't want to go giving it a hard time. It doesn't really deserve that as such an honest car. I thought I saw a VL over there, but no, it was a Camry. But such a cool thing. Obviously, having the original radio is cool. The black dash, it's just a great thing. And Holden was really on top of their game when these were being made. These are fantastic cars. Not only are they awesome to drive, they're reliable, they sound $1 million. They're just a really good thing. I love the VZ SS's. If there's anyone out there that has a 6-litre one, I would love to compare it, see what it's like. But or if they have a Ute, because VZ have a lot of cool colours. There's that light blue, the colour escapes me the name of it at the moment, but they also have a devil yellow, I think it is. That's a really good colour. And if you can have a devil yellow 6-litre 6-speed Ute, that's the duck's nuts. Look, I don't even have to lean on this car really that much, and it's still great fun. really cool thing. If you haven't driven many of these before, you can pull and push this to turn the fog lights on. We have our mode over there, so we can check our distance to empty, our average fuel economy, which is 16.6, which is, you know, pretty normal. Our overspeed, we have our digital speedo just there, and our odometer. Reasonably basic, but still very cool. I love the spoiler. I love all of the VZ SS accents, and yeah, she's a real darling, this car. I'm very, very lucky to drive it. Again, if you're not familiar, if you're outside of Australia, these cars were the performance version, so they had a whole range of VZs, right? You could have the Executive, which is the base model, the Bellina, Calais, which Bellina is sort of in the middle. Calais is luxury, but it's quite similar to this, all available in the V6 and the V8. And then they had the SSs. Now the SSs were all V8s, LS1s, and then LS2s later in life. So this is the LS1, and then there was the SSZ, which is what this is. And then you could get the SS in sedan, which this one is obviously, crewman, ute, and wagon in VY. Oh, actually, I don't think there was wagons in VZ. Sorry, apologies for that, but there was crewman and ute, definitely. So a very cool thing. And you know, if you're into your Commodores, you know all of the little differences, like the color of these, the color of this, the color of all of these stuff. You know, even the window switches, even the head unit is all unique to like the performance models, Calais, HSV, all of that kind of stuff. So very cool car. And anyway, how could I forget the engine bay? So we'll just have a quick look. Now, as I mentioned before, you could get the LS1 or the LS2 in the later ones, but this is the LS1 5.7 litres. You can always tell it's a VZ because they have the different rocker covers rather than the, not rocker covers, engine covers, rather than the turtle shell. But it's no surprise that this one is in such fantastic condition. Just a beautiful car. I love the number plates. Very, very cool. LS1 there. And they also have this strut bar that they introduced in the Series 2 VY, I believe. So very cool original car. Thank you guys very much for following along and watching me enjoy this VZ SSV. Oh, SSV. I've said that so many times. VZ SSZ. I have really enjoyed my time with this car, and a big thank you to Adrian for letting me do the video on it. Now, this particular one is actually for sale on car sales at the moment, so I'll link it below, but doesn't get much more honest than this. Fantastic example. Obviously not a one owner, but one owner for a really long time, since 2010. A really cool piece of Australian motoring history, and these are quickly becoming incredibly collectible, and it's just, you don't get much better than this, much better original cars. Another thing I didn't mention in the video is, you know, VZ Senators and Clubbies and all of that stuff, as great as they are, a lot of those cars are in fantastic condition. A lot of the SSs, they're not. So it is pretty cool to see one like this in such good nick. And if it's had any modifications, it's awesome that it has had one that is all walk and short certified and everything, and it is just an awesome future classic. Anyway, thank you guys very much for following along, liking, following, subscribing, all of this kind of stuff. If you guys would like your car on the channel, then please feel free to get in touch. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. How cool.